The biggest mistake that beginners are actually doing. How much my hand can actually stretch now? We are going to build the connection between our brain and our hand. And this is possible only when you have a curved hand like this. You have to press down between your thumb and your finger. Does it happen with you that when you go on to play a chord, you put your fingers on there, they're kind of shaking? It looks easier when the person on the other side of the screen is doing it. You see the chord diagram, you try to put your fingers on there, but it feels impossible. Your fingers cannot stretch enough. When you press down with those fingers, you don't have enough strength. The chord is too difficult to press down. Your fingers are shaking a lot, it's too uncomfortable to hold down that chord, and there's all sorts of buzzing noises that are coming when you're trying to play that chord. It does not sound that good. Well, if you are facing any of these problems, this video is exactly what you need. Welcome to 7 days, 7 skills with Guitar Shala. In this series of video lectures, we'll be covering 7 different skills, 7 different techniques that are essential to playing guitar. Once you know these techniques, it becomes a lot more easier for you to carry on with your guitar journey. So without wasting much time, let us begin with day 1, which is all about mastering chords. To start off this quest, let us first decide what exactly do we mean by a chord. So a chord is nothing but a group of 3 notes, right? Chords are harmonies. Harmony is a word in music that denotes arrangement of such notes where we are playing multiple notes at the same time. So in a chord, we play many different notes at the same time. And how many different notes? Well, generally there are 3 notes in major chords and minor chords. There can be more than 3 notes, and the chords that use more than 3 notes form all different type of extended chords like the add 9 chord, the major 7 chord, the 6th chords, and so on. Can there be less than 3 notes though? Yes. There is only one different type of chord there is only one chord that has less than 3 notes, and that is the 5th chord, which is also known as a power chord, which is played like this. It's used mostly in rock music where you rock on. It's completely alright if you did not understand all of what I was speaking. As a beginner, you should just know chords are special arrangements where we play multiple notes at the same time. Roughly, there are 2 different types of chords. One is a major chord that sounds happy, and one is a minor chord that sounds sad. How should you master your chords? Well, the biggest tip that actually works for most people is start at your level. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a beginner who is just starting out, try to learn chords that are very easy. So in my paid course, I teach them in a way where we are doing 2-finger chords. Chords that use only 2 fingers. We follow them up with 3-finger chords, then with 4-finger chords. So you see there's a stepwise progression from easy to play chords to more difficult to play chords, right? As a beginner, try to learn chords that are easy. Even if you are an advanced player trying to learn voicing that's spread out across 4 or 5 frets, try learning voicings that are spread over 4 frets first, then go over to 5 fret ones. You see, the point is, no matter at what level you are, try to achieve your goals in a stepwise manner. Don't try to go beyond what you can achieve. But how exactly are we going to achieve this perfectness? How exactly do we solve all the problems that we talked about in the introduction of this video? Well, for that, there is a very simple technique which is known as a hold, press and relax technique. How exactly does this work? So, to demonstrate this technique, I'll be using the G major chord. You can use any chord that you are facing troubles with. It can be literally any chord. So, let's go into the first step of this 3-step technique, which is holding the chord. So in this whole 3 steps, we are not going to play the chord at all. We are not going to use our right hands. Yes, just focus on the left hand and learn how to hold it properly first, right? First, what we're going to do is just hold the chord with all the right technique. Now, what are these right techniques? Well, simply said, the first thing that you should take care of is the thumb placement. Beginners get this wrong. most times they try to grab the guitar with their thumb sticking out like that. It is very, very tempting to grab the guitar with your hand like this, how you would grab a baseball bat or a badminton racket or a cricket bat, right? You just grab onto it like this. It gives you a lot more support, it's having a lot more strength, but the problem is you can't stretch out a lot when you're holding it like this. How does your hand actually stretch out? It stretches out a lot more when you hold it like this. You see how much my hand can actually stretch now? You have to press down between your thumb and your fingers, not between your palm and your fingers, okay? That's the biggest mistake that beginners are actually doing. So what you're gonna do is put your thumb here. Take care that your palm is not sticking onto the guitar like this, but your thumb is sticking onto the guitar like this, okay? Take care of that aspect first. How far should the thumb come up? It can come up to here, okay? This is all right. The first knuckle, that's until where you can stick it out. More than that and it's a cause of worry, okay? Second thing is the curvature of the hand, okay? So you see it needs to be in a C shape like this. You see how naturally it's moving? That allows my fingers to do the next technique right, which is having perpendicular fingers. So if you notice, my fingers are not sleeping like this. They approach the guitar fretboard like this, not like this. If you are doing this, this is wrong. Why so? Because you can play this, the fret that you are holding can be played properly, but everything below that will be muted. So you need to have your finger going right straight into the fretboard, okay? And this is possible only when you have a curved hand like this. You know, you see your finger is going to come down like this, like a beak of an eagle, right? Once you have your thumb at the right place, your fingers are having the right curvature, they are at 90 degrees to the fretboard, you can do the last thing, and that is moving your fingers as close to the fretboard as possible. When you first learn a C major chord or a G major chord, your hands cannot really stretch out as much that easily. So that is where this technique helps you. You are supposed to maintain all of these things. So your only focus while doing this technique is maintaining the right technique. We are just focusing on technique. We are not focusing on playing a song. We are not focusing on getting the sound at all. We are just focusing on holding it properly. If we spend some time doing this, just trust me, everything else becomes a lot more easy going forward. We hold it, we maintain all the technique which we just talked about, and then we go into the second step. In this step, we are going to press down and feel the pain, okay? We are going to let our fingers feel the pain for around 5 to 7 seconds. This is building the strength in our fingers. We should take care that our fingers are not shaking at this point. If they're shaking too much, just try to apply less force first. Over a period of time, apply more force until your fingers stop shaking. Do this for around 5 to 7 seconds and then completely lift off your hand, relax, okay? Yes, stretch it out. The thing is, your hand should be completely off, okay? And then you come back to it and repeat the whole process of holding first, pressing after that, and relaxing followed by that. All right. Is it boring? Yes. But does it work? Oh yes, it does. Why does it work so well? You see, when we go to eat food, we never put it on our face like this. It always goes into our mouth. The reason for that is because we have muscle memory. Our muscles automatically, we have done it enough number of times to figure out that it goes into our mouth. Similarly, when we are trying to play the guitar, for example, if we are trying to hold a chord, we are going to take time and actually hold it the right way first. We are going to build the connection between our brain and our hand. It's a mind-muscle connection that we are trying to establish. Every time we are doing this, in our mind, we are going to think, okay, this is the G major. Then we press G major, relax. Once again, we think in our minds, G major, approach it, hold it the right way, press it and relax. We are feeding into our brain how to actually hold the chord so that our fingers feel a lot more comfortable. Trust me, if it is a complicated jazz chord or if it is a simple E minor chord, just doing this for 5 to 10 minutes is going to make you feel a lot more comfortable with it, just for the reason that you're building muscle memory and becoming more familiar with that chord. In my paid courses where I teach guitar in a stepwise manner, me and my students spend a lot of time doing this exercise just holding, pressing and relaxing on a chord, and within a month we end up learning more than 8 to 10 chords. And that is the power of this exercise. We just have to do it for 5 to 10 minutes a day, and you can learn so many different chords confidently. You can even play them, strum on them, and you will notice the sound becomes a lot better. So try this for yourself and meet me in day 2 tomorrow, where we'll be discussing how to shift between the chords and master that technique properly. This was Guitar Shala. Keep practicing, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, bye bye.